Welcome back to our channel. Today I'm in a new setting because I'm working at home. Please avoid all the kachra and mess behind me because since this is ghar ka kitchen, so we just keep it like this, and it is how it is. It's a small apartment, so obviously we don't have too much space to keep stuff inside, so we just make use with whatever we have. And since we are sick again, we again got COVID recently, so we are at home in quarantine. That's why we're working at home. So today we're going to talk about something very important from a baker's point of view. A lot of you all usually, whenever I share recipes, ask me to give recipes in cups measurements, and I don't prefer doing that. The reason being, we're going to talk about today, and mostly for whoever is new here, I generally use weighing scale for my recipes, because it is universal and very accurate. So if I give you a recipe in weight, like using weighing scale measurements, if you also use the same recipe, it will definitely turn out to be perfect. But if you use cup measurements, they will maybe not turn out to be perfect because there are different kinds of cups. So we're going to talk about all of that today in the video, and I hope this will help you all. Let's just dive right into it and see what I'm talking about. So usually there are different cups for measuring your dry ingredients and wet ingredients. Usually you can also measure the wet ingredients in your dry ingredients ka cups, but the accuracy of the wet ingredient ka jo jar aata hai, glass jar, I'll insert an image over here for the wet ingredient wala glass jar, and for dry we usually use these cups. Okay, you get these at any baking supply store, and or maybe any supermarket also you might get these. Now coming to different sizes of cups. So when I say different sizes of cups, I also mean universal nahi hota hai. So in US there's a different size of cup, in UK there's a different size of cup, and so on. So there are 2 or 3 different sizes of cups usually, and when you go and see on YouTube, there are different recipes. So sometimes some person is using a UK measurement and you don't have UK measurement, you usually use US measurements. So उस हिसाब से आपकी रेसिपी में differences आएंगे, and that's why your recipe will get messed up and you will not get a perfect outcome of the recipe. So that's the point of not using cups usually. So now by differences I mean is US ka 1 cup is 240 grams and UK ka 1 cup is 250 grams. So there is a difference of 10 grams, which in my opinion will not be proper if you use for a recipe, and end product basically different hi aayega, and there will be an issue with the recipe. So that's why I wouldn't suggest using cups, and I would definitely suggest go ahead and invest in a weighing scale, which is very handy and also very sasta and cost effective, so you can go ahead and use that. The difference I'm talking about is this. So you can see 240 ml over here, and this one says 250 ml. Okay, so this is what the difference I'm talking about. Okay, usually har ek cup same measurement nahi hota hai, that's why I suggest don't use it. Now going ahead, also speaking about the looks of it, the looks are different. Okay, there's also the tablespoons का measurement also दिया हुआ है इसमें आपको दिखाएंगे नीचे साइड में टेबल स्पून्स का भी measurement दिया हुआ है, and इसमें 1 cup लिखा हुआ है. there is no tablespoon measurement given. ठीक है, and so इसमें 1 cup and 240 ml. तो basically like I said, आप इसमें liquid भी measure कर सकते हो, but liquid का usually एक अलग cup भी आता है. So these are all the differences between cups and stuff. So that's why I wouldn't suggest using cups, and better go ahead and use the weighing scale. One more bigger difference in measuring in cups and weighing scale is when you use measuring cups, it usually uses the volume. Okay, now volume में आप अगर भरते जाओगे और उसको दबा के और भरोगे तो ये 240 ml नहीं होगा, ये ज़्यादा भी हो सकता है. The grams can go above. ओके, एंड वही सेम चीज आप 240 ग्राम जब वेइंग स्केल पे मेजर करोगे तो वो एग्जैक्ट 240 ग्राम्स ही होगा, बिकॉज आप वेट के हिसाब से मेजर कर रहे हो. तो बेसिकली वेइंग स्केल जो होता है वो वेट के हिसाब से मेजर करता है, कप्स जो होते हैं वो वॉल्यूम के हिसाब से मेजर करते हैं. आई प्रॉब्ली शो यू ऑल द एग्जांपल so you all can understand it better. So guys, here I have the half cup from the US measurement, which should be 120 grams when we measure the maida in it. Okay, so I have the maida here. I'm going to put it inside. The right way of measuring the cup should be after you fill it. You don't have to press it or anything, because if you press it, you'll fill in more. You fill it till top. You just, with a knife, just make sure you do this. Okay, now we'll see how much grams this comes to. It ideally should have been 120 grams, but it is just 63 grams. So when you use these cups for wet measurements, it will give you exact measurement. You can use it for wet, but I would again suggest using weighing scale for even wet measurements. Dry, you can see we have 63 grams here instead of 120. So I would highly recommend you go ahead and buy a weighing scale and use that for your recipes. Now I'm using half cup of water, and it should turn out to be 120 ml. Can you see that? So basically, if you use these cups for liquids, it should work fine according to what they say. So अगर यहाँ पे 240 ml लिखा है 1 cup पे, तो वो 240 ml ही आपको पानी या liquid देगा. And if you use it for measuring any dry ingredients, you will not get exact same grams. So that's why you have to use weighing scale to measure your dry ingredients most of the time. Even liquids, I would suggest. So the point being, you can use these measuring cups. Like I said, you can go ahead and use them, but use them for liquids instead of using them for dry. Even if somebody has given a recipe where they say I'm using US cup measurement, 1 cup of US measurement, then you can go ahead probably use the 240 grams wala, because that's the US cup measurement. You can go ahead and use that for that recipe. But अगर आप same चीज आपको बोली गई है कि 240 grams use करना है and आप 1 cup उठा के 240 grams measure कर रहे हो, तो वो नहीं होगा, because आपको वो कम ही देगा. The grams of your dry ingredients will be either less or more according to how you measure, how you fill the cup. So if for example, if you have one recipe given online and that recipe is what you want to use and make, and they've written what kind of cup they've used, for example US, UK, whatever measurements they've used, what you can do is, and if you want to convert that into grams, what you can do is take that kind of cup, measure the dry ingredients according to that cup, and take the measurements on a weighing scale and write that down as your grams ka recipe, like as a weight recipe. Convert it into grams and use that recipe. But like I said, try and go ahead for recipes which are usually not used in cups and are usually given in grams, because that will be easier for you to use and make and experiment with. Otherwise, if you use cup measurements and some or the other things don't go right way, then you will have to keep experimenting with that recipe and work according to that. So this is the digital machine I was talking about. The brand we have here is Nova. It's a very famous brand. I would highly suggest using this brand. You can also go ahead for other brands if you want. You get stuff on Amazon and at any baking supply store, so you can go ahead and buy something like this. Now you can see it's made of steel. This is steel, and this body is plastic, I'm guessing, and you also have a slot for battery. I've used and abused this machine, but it's really nice and sturdy. This battery slot here, you have to just put 2 batteries inside, AAA batteries, and this works really well. Okay, now what you do is you have to just put this, एक on and off का button है, तो इसको आप on करोगे. This is a digital machine, so you get numbers display here, and you have grams here. You can change the mode and it goes to ml. Again, change the mode, there's m here. Basically milk के लिए separate measurement दिया गया है. If you want to make a 1 bowl batter, you just keep the bowl on top, add stuff to it. Okay, अगर आपने मैदा ऐड किया, ठीक है, एंड उसके बाद आपको पानी ऐड करना है, तो आप उसको जस्ट एक बार बटन दबाओगे तो ये टी आएगा ऊपर. टी मतलब टेयर. यूजुअली दूसरे मशीन्स में टेयर का सेपरेट बटन दिया होता है, बट इस मशीन में ये जो बटन है इसके हिसाब से दिस इज द ओनली बटन फॉर टेयर एज वेल. ठीक है, तो अभी आपको 0 हो गया, तो अब आप मैदा ऐड कर सकते हो. ठीक है, जैसे पानी ऑलरेडी है तो आप, इसके मैं बता रही हूँ, मैदा ऐड कर सकते हो. जो भी नेक्स्ट आपको इंग्रेडिएंट ऐड करना है वो आप ऐड कर सकते हो. देन अगेन आप इसको दबाओगे. लेट मी जस्ट गो अहेड एंड ऐड सम मैदा इन दिस. ठीक है, अब ये 3 ग्राम्स हो गया. नाउ अगेन आई प्रेस दिस, अगेन 0. उसमें आपको दिखाया 206. पहले 203 था, मैंने 3 ग्राम मैदा ऐड किया तो 206 हो गया. नाउ अगेन मैंने एक और बार बटन दबाया तो वापस 0 हो गया. नाउ अगेन फॉर एग्जांपल आई कैन गो अहेड एंड ऐड सम मोर मैदा. ठीक है, अगेन 6 ग्राम्स मैदा. व्हेन आई प्रेस दिस बटन अगेन यू विल सी 212. ठीक है, वो ऐड करता जाता है, आपको मेजरमेंट बता रहा है. एंड प्लस अगर मैं वापस से एक और बार दबाऊंगी तो फिर से टेयर होके it is again back to zero. ठीक है, so this is how you use this machine, and that's why these machines are very handy and very useful, and you don't have to worry about it at all. आप start करोगे use करना तो आपको easily समझ में आ जाएगा कि कैसे use करना है. So guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope it helped you in some way or other. And I'll see you all really soon. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you like these kind of videos, don't forget to share it with your friends and family. And I'll see you all really soon. Bye.